Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Scrap Mechanic. And on this episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off. Now, we have been working on our base quite a bit. We've been trying to do some interesting designs with the switch mechanisms. I've actually really dug that. I've liked that quite a bit. The very first episode, we worked on our vehicle, and it came along pretty well. I like the vehicle, the way it has worked out. It's just, we need a lot more work on this thing. As you can see right here, it's really fast. A little bit too fast, a little bit wonky. We need to put some suspension on it. I think that might be one of the things we do here in the future. But lately, I've been trying to build a platform so that my vehicle can drive into my base here. And as you guys can see, I can get it up here kind of. Get it up here on the platform. I can stop right here. I can get out. And then we can hit the little button. Now, it is a button-operated thing, but there is a sensor that we could obviously give it to definitely move it around. Is it not working now? Because there's a vehicle on it, it doesn't want to work? Let's give it a second. Let's hit it one more time and see if it moves. I've never tried it with the vehicle on top, so I guess it's not working with that. Let me back this out a little bit. If we can drive it out, it would be even better. There we go. Well, let's leave it right over here. I will show you really quick how that operates. You can see right there where all the wheels are going in what directions. Make sure that if that's not set up the way it is, you look here on the video and you see that. If you want to see it in detail, of course, watch the first episode and a little bit of the second one, because I had an issue getting that to work right for me as well, but I eventually figured it out. Over here, this is a moving platform, and as you can see right there, it works pretty well. It's pretty easily designed, I should say, because there's only 3 things involved. It does have some extra ones over here which I could get rid of. Those were put down while I was still kind of playing around with the idea of how it should work and how it shouldn't. There you go. Now the platform is working. And I went ahead and added this extra level over it so that it would kind of hide the flooring that goes around the corner, because it is grassland over here. So if you click on it, you can kind of see there is some grass over there, and there's a couple pieces over here in the corner where it goes as well. And I left this section open. I'm going to close it off here in a second, but I left this section over so you could see what it looked like underneath in sections. There is a platform on the very bottom. That's just a very basic, stone brick floor. And then I put these little rotating cuffs things on the bottom of that. What are those actually called? Let me go up there and see real quick, because I use those all the time. The bearings. So you want to put one of those bearings down, and then you want to connect a platform on top of that. It doesn't need to be a big platform. In fact, it could be just, a small square like 5x5 or even less than that. 4x4 would probably work just as well. I went pretty big, but as you can see, I've kind of cut a little bit of a way, because the bigger you go, the more issues you're going to have, or more issues you're going to run into when it spins around. Because it only needs to be connected to the platform that goes on top of that. And the platform that goes on top of that is this one right here. You can see that this one is connected to the bearing, and then this one is connected to this platform. And this is the platform that the car or whoever is going to be sitting on. So, yeah, this one is the one that needs to be big. I'm just trying to figure out how to hide a lot of this grass that's going to be underneath it. I don't know. I really don't know how to do that yet, guys. It's kind of a new thing for me to play around with. I need to get rid of this in a second, but I need to be able to get up first. So got myself into a hole right there. So let me go ahead and get rid of all that. You do have to be very wary of anything you put down there, because it could get in the way of your platform, and you don't want that to happen. So, okay, that's closed off. Let's try it again. Okay, so it's spinning around. And I could always, hide the pieces by covering up more and more of this. Actually, that's connected to the platform. You can see right there, it's not connected to the wall at all. So let's see. I need to make sure that it is the wall that I'm clicking on. And I could do a little bit like this. And then, of course, do the whole... That's not connected. Do the whole thing like that. So when I spin it around, you won't see those corner pieces showing up. But the problem with that is you lose a bit of the platform, and I kind of like having as much of the platform as possible. I don't know, we'll have to play around with that in the future, but for now, I'm kind of happy with the way it looks, or the way it operates. Maybe not the way it looks, but the way it operates. I don't know, that kind of looks kind of cool too. Let's see, does that cover up everything? Yeah, pretty much. We might do that. We might do that on all four corners and then, you know, leave it the way it is. Because this isn't really working the way we want it to for the vehicle anyways. It doesn't seem to want to operate that way when we do put people on top. Of course, you're going to want to, maybe, if you really like the design, is to cover this up so that it looks like it's one solid piece and not, I don't know, because this is going to go out a little further. Actually, because one of those sides is longer than the other. So this side is going to need to be extended so that it covers the way that I want it to. And then, of course, I've been adding, you know, platforms down here so that I can actually get up this rock right here. Because you can only go up one. If there's a 2 right here, you can't get up that. So we're going to need to add another set of stairs right there. And, of course, I will come back at a later date and sit here and, like, beautify it so the stairs are even. And, you know, because I like mine to be at least 3, especially over here where I was planning on the car going up. I want it to be a little bit wider than normal. Like right here, just for aesthetic reasons, and for the car, you know, the wheels, they need a little bit more space than, say, your feet do. But I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work out. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I do want to experiment a little bit, if we can, with the sensor. There is a sensor in here. Where is it at? Right here. I've never tried using it. I don't know if it's going to work very well or not. There's the button. I like the switch better than the button. Yeah, let's try the sensor. How are we going to do this? Let's put the thing right there. Let's drag this to this one. Will it not connect to that? This is the problem we had last time. It wouldn't connect to any of this stuff. What if I disconnect the button? Okay, so the button's no longer connected. There we go. Oh, and it stops. It stops at a funky... How do we get it to activate again? When I walk away and we come back. No? It won't activate. It's supposed to activate when you walk by it. So let's create a pillar going straight up that we can put the button on so it's a little bit more like it probably would be. Let's get rid of this. We'll put the button right there. And then we'll connect the button. Okay. Let's not be in the way when that happens. Well, it sees me, but it doesn't seem to want to turn anymore. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, that's not closing the way it should anymore. Okay, let's disconnect that. Okay, so that one's disconnected. Let's put that back on. Let's close it up. Oh no, it's off center now because I took the button off at the inopportune time, and now this is its default apparently. So that's not what we want. Oh man, how do I fix that? That's gonna be kind of tricky. I'm gonna have to come into here, I think. Can I actually get into that? I don't think I can. Oh, I can't even get into that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to clear a little space out so I can actually click on that. And let's see, instead of 180. We need to make it like 135 or something weird so it lines up again. Come on, do it. No, that's not it either. Okay, how about 130? It's actually not even close. Let's 120 maybe. 25 maybe. I was not planning on messing with this part. Can we not? 125? I can't do 125? Really? Okay, let's try 105 then. A little bit better. A little bit better, but not quite. Oh, geez. I don't know how to fix that other than to just take it off and redesign the whole thing. That's kind of a pain in the butt. I don't know why that messed up the way it did. How about you now? How about if I take that off? Oh, you know what? I'm going to wait for it to do it. Do it again. Come on. Yeah, see, what I can do is I can wait for it to do it when I walk over it. And then at the right time... Come on. No? It doesn't want to do it now. Now that I'm walking in front of it, it doesn't want to do it. As long as I'm holding that button down, it doesn't seem to want to... Come on. Come on, dude. Oh, jeez. It's not that difficult. Okay, I'll hit the freaking button. I'll do it the hard way. Nope, didn't quite get it. Let's do it again. It stopped, but not in time. I don't know. I really don't know how to fix that now that it's kind of broken. We'll have to play around with it off camera, guys. I do apologize. This was working just fine until I did the weird thing right there. And yeah, the only thing I can think of is I can always extend the flooring so it's even bigger and it lines up whether it... Yeah, I think that will probably be the thing, is just to extend it, but then I'll have to go in there and redo my flooring on the inside. Let me change this real quick. This is not what we're going to work on this episode, but not much of a choice. Okay, so I need to leave space so I can get in there, because I want this fixed. Like, this was like one of the best achievements that I've done so far, and now to see it not working is kind of heartbreaking. Okay, so that's in there. Oh, geez, this is gonna make me go. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be too long. Too long. So much to fix in here, so that it actually turns and doesn't get stuck on things. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, guys, we will work on that another time. But this is the idea. You'll be able to click this little thing right here, and it will work just fine. Over here, however, I did another thing that I was pretty proud of. The door is, you know, something in the tutorial that it will take you through that you can figure out how to do as well. And you'll see right here, you need a controller, you need a switch or a button, whichever one you want to use, and then you need the what were those things called? The bearings. The bearing right here will turn this door going up, and then the bearing over here on the bottom will turn the door so it goes out this way. So if I push the button, you'll see the thing goes up, and then it comes over here. The control, you need to set it so it's 90, and then 1 over 90 there as well. So the first panel, this one right here, goes up first, and then it waits a couple of seconds and lets the door open. If you do both of them on the same level, the first little bubble right here on both, it will do them both at the same time, and you don't want that to happen, at least not on that little device right there. I do have another device over here, which is my Stairways, and those are all lined up to go in succession as well. I could have them all go at the exact same time, but I like the way it looks when it goes one at a time here. It goes up, and it keeps going like that. I like that. Maybe have them all come down at the same time if you're in a rush, but as you can see, when you do that, it blends into the wall perfectly. You can't even tell that there's a stairway there, and it gives you a little bit more room to kind of mess around with stuff. Of course, you can't put anything here because this stuff is going to need to come back down when you push the little button. But if you're working on a car or you're doing a design or something, and you just want a little bit of area to build something and then move it down the road to someplace else, you have a little bit of extra space. Plus, I just like the fact that it's kind of hidden and a little secret little area. This one, however, is a fixed, stairway. It's not, hiding anything at all. I do kind of want to do something with this one as well, but what I was thinking was, instead of having the stairs go up, I might have, actually, I do want the stairs to go up, but I want to come over here to this side, and I want this, this floor to come up into it so it blocks this off, so it looks like one solid wall when it's closed. The way I was thinking about doing that, though, was coming over here. Unfortunately, there's no flooring underneath this, and you need a flooring for the bearing to go on, so I don't know how that's going to work just yet, but let's see if we can figure it out. So we want to do this right here. No, we want that right there. Yeah, we're going to have to play around with that design. Let's see. This one right here, maybe? Yeah, okay, I think that's going to work out perfect. How do we do that, though? It's going to have to be one solid chunk that goes up at the same time, isn't it? Let's see, 2 right there. Okay, so that's connected to one piece. I don't think that's going to be high enough, but let's see. Let's connect it. Let's drag it over here to this one. And we'll set a timer on it. Let's do the timer at the very end. Yeah, we'll do the timer at the very end. And we want that to go up 90 as well. There we go. Let's see, will it go up? It should. Let's close it. We'll have to wait for the very, very last one. Otherwise, oh, it might be going the wrong direction. So let's try that again. This one should be the very last one, and then this one should go up. Come on, go up. You know you want to. There we go. Did it line up? No, it's what, one too big? I think it might be one too big, so let's take that off and see if that makes it fit. It does make it fit, but it's not one too big. It just, it won't go in that smooth for some reason. I wonder why. Oh, you know what we could do? We could change the timing on it. Make it go up first. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So instead of over here, we want that to be 0. There we go, 0, and we'll change this one to 90. Let's do that again. Okay, so that should all close. This one should close at the very end when this first step goes up. Okay, that is actually pretty cool. So what if I do another 2, connect it to that right there, and actually no, we want I want to make sure this connects to the right piece. You'll see that it doesn't quite line up with the floor, and that means you have it connected to the piece that's going to float, that's going to hover. So let's do another 2 right here. Nope, that went to the floor instead of connected to that block. So make sure you got that on there. There we go. Do another 2 right there, and 2 more. I think that might be close to what we need. One more? Maybe one more. I think that's good. Okay, so let's click it. Nope, we need to do one more 2 right there. Oh, look at that. I like that. That actually looks pretty cool. So let's close that up so I can add the last 2 pieces. I don't know about this flooring, though. Like, how do you fix that other than to put another layer underneath? If I had known that's what you needed to do, definitely would have, you know, added another floor underneath, you know, a long time ago. But yeah, I didn't think about that when we first put it in. So yeah, trial and error, guys. Definitely a pretty cool design, though. I like it. Let's see, we need to put this in here, make sure it's not connected to the wrong piece. Okay, so let's click that one more time. Oh, yeah. That's cool. I love it. I love it. But how do I fix this? That's not right. Oh, you know what I could do? Oh, okay. I'm going to have to redesign that. What I'm going to do is... Oh, I got to take that whole thing apart, don't I? Yep, I sure do. I'm going to make it where it comes down. No, but then it won't blend in as easily. Well, if I make the floor wide or taller, I guess I can do it that way. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this apart, and I'm going to add the piece right here instead of right here. So we're going to get rid of that. We need to get rid of this flooring, but before I do, I want to get the shape down so I know exactly where it needs to go. Yeah, not really going to work. Okay, let's combine that so it goes up so I can work on it a little bit. Let's see. Okay, there it is. Let's go all the way down. We need to fix this 90 degrees. I like working on these doors. I don't know why, or these stairs and the little mechanisms and all this stuff. It's just, it's kind of fun to me. I don't get to do this stuff very often in video games, so having the thing actually work is pretty neat. I don't know why it won't go up. Is it because it's broken? Because it's too far down? Oh, is it set to go the wrong way? Yeah, it sure is. Okay, so let's do that again. There it goes. It goes up. Okay, so what we want to do is put a flooring underneath this so that it's not connected and then it will go down. And that's what I want to do right there. So let's do that. When it goes down, though, is it stuck? Did it connect to the piece? It might have. It's going to wait to the last one, though. Okay, so no, it did not connect. So let's go ahead and get rid of these pieces. I'm going to keep the shape, though, like I said, just so I can mess with it. Right there. Actually, I may not get to keep the shape. I may have to put the flooring down first, otherwise it's going to fall in like it did last time, and I don't want that to happen. So let's do this. Is it connected to the right one? Let's make sure. Definitely don't want it connecting to the floor. That will mess up the whole thing. I think that's good. Let's do this one right there. 2 more. You should see a difference between the flooring and the block. It should kind of hover. Let's see, does it move? Yes, it does. Okay. Reverse. You guys are doing just fine. Okay, so that is, this is going to work. It's just going to require a little bit more time and effort to get it to be perfect the way I want it to. I guess the lesson of this is to make sure that you put not just one flooring down, but two, so that you have room to work with when you have items like this. The same thing for the walls. You don't want to just do 1 layer thick. Make sure you do 3 layers thick. That did not connect to the pieces we wanted, did. Actually, we only want 1 right there anyways. Huh. Okay, let's take these apart. Do 2. Is that connected? Let's try it. Nope, that did not want to connect. So what we're going to do is connect the pieces ourselves. Actually, that's too tall. Yeah, it's been too tall by 1 the whole time. And I didn't even realize it. That's why it was coming down crashing. There we go. Okay, let's do this. Hopefully it doesn't connect to the stairs and it just connects to the bottom piece, which is what I want. There we go. Let's try that. Come on, go up, go up, go up. All of them. Yes. That is fantastic. This, though, this definitely needs to be connected to that. Just for the sake of looks. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Now we can add another floor, and this was going to cover up the grass a little bit better anyway, so I'm fine with that. However, no, that's going to get in the way, isn't it? How is that going to work? Okay, so when it comes down the floor, it's going to line up fine. When it goes up, there's going to be a gap, though. There's always going to be a gap, and it's going to be in the middle of the floor. At least it's not grass down there, is all I'm saying. Because earlier, you know, it was just a open floor to the grass down below. I can deal with the hole, I guess. Maybe I can have something else go into its place in the future. Maybe have a dual-sided... No, we don't want that, do we? Do we want like a dual-sided wall? So we'll have a wall that goes up right here that when you push that, it flops down, and this one goes up. I don't think we want that, but we could try it. It might be an interesting, but it'd be so weird looking. Like it would just be a wall in the middle of the room for no reason. And when the stairway was closed to get as much space as possible, that thing would be in the way. So yeah, that's probably not a concept I really want to mess around with. But I do like covering up this grass, and maybe down the road we might figure out a better method to do this design with. And I do want to hide these pieces as far as like the controller goes. That controller is going to have to move or at least get covered up, because there's no reason to see it once you're done with it. Once you've set everything up as far as the timers go, it's done with. You never really have to click on it again. But if you do, you can always just come in here and remove a little bit of the flooring for a second, click on it, do whatever the changes you want to alter to it, and then move on to the next one. But you can always, you know, add more pieces to it very, very easily as far as the bearings go without even having to see it. Like I can cover it up, add a bearing to it with my gun. It's just the timers. That's going to take a little bit of view to get to that point. Okay, so that's not going to work. Let's get rid of this. Still not completely gone. What about these 2 pieces? There we go. Okay, so that sets up just fine. Now I need to worry about getting the stairs set up so that it's covered up just the way I want it. I'm really liking this game, guys. We haven't messed too much with the cars. I think that's going to be the next episode, to be honest, because there's a fair bit I want to do with like the rocket engines and things of that sort. But I've been messing with the houses because it seems to lend itself to be a really, really fun time if you you know, get it working the way you want it to. And I definitely have done some fun stuff with the designs that I've been wanting to do. I would love to see what you guys have come up with in this game if you happen to be playing it. What kind of weird creations you have. Now, I haven't done anything too advanced as far as... I guess we can go one more. Yeah, too advanced as... I know we don't want to connect it to that one because that one actually rotates up. There we go. Because I've seen some things online that the programmers, the devs themselves have come up with. Let's get rid of this. We got to do one more. that are very intricate. I'm talking about these huge mechanisms that have like bikes and wheels and they move up like roller coaster style. That seems like maybe something we can try here in the future is a roller coaster style building or something like that. In fact, this could be the beginning of it. This could be the entrance to the park. And the way to... can we not get in anymore? No, because the ceiling's too low for the... There we go. Yeah, we could definitely do like an entrance to the park right here. You come in, and this is the amusement park. Maybe put a sign here or something along the lines of that. Okay, I like that a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And have it where you can go on to roller coasters that we design. We kind of already done that a little bit with that rotating platform. There's definitely a ride to be had over here if it was working in the way it was supposed to. I've had some weird issues with it lately. I had it working just fine. And then I changed one little tiny thing, and yeah, it just decided, nope, not going to do that anymore. So you can get on top of this. If it will rotate, it's going to get stuck on something, I know, here in a second. But there it is right there, guys. It's kind of cool. I like it. I like it. It's just, we need to do something bigger. I'm talking about huge, like roller coaster style, that goes up and above that big space needle over there, maybe a rocket that it stops at, that at the very end of the ride you can get on and take off, and that's your final destination, is just to explode or something in that rocket. But there's so many things you can do with this game that is almost endless. But I want to hear your suggestions. What do you guys want to see me work on next? Do you want to see me work on the car? Do you want to see me work on the building, roller coaster? I'm leaning towards roller coaster. I have some ideas on that one. And yeah, it's going to be fun. But again, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure to leave those comments down below. Definitely appreciate all your suggestions, your tips, and any other things that you may have seen that I was doing wrong. Of course, it is a learning experience, so hopefully you guys will bear with me on that one. Also, if you do like the game, go support the game publisher. They have created a really fun time, and it's for $19.99. You can get it on Steam Early Access. It's still in development, so if you run into any issues, keep that in mind. They will continue to, perfect the game as, they come up with better and better patches. But a really, really good and fun game to play. And until next time, guys.